Okay, I am back. We had a little glitch earlier, so I'm going to continue. I'm finishing up the school section. For those who are watching, you are watching Getting to Know Natalie, the autobiography series. I had Audrey doing an interview, but I'm just going to finish up this section and then we'll continue the rest together. So the question was there a teacher or teachers who had a particular strong influence on your life? Tell me about them. I was speaking about my maths teacher at Rosie's High. I believe she taught me in first and second um, form. Yes, I was saying that I hated maths before her, but I think her personality and how she taught maths made me started loving and appreciating maths. And she used to be there for me because it was in second form that I ended up being faced with um, the first incident of sexual abuse. I'll get more into the abusive situation earlier because in the previous videos you'd hear me talk about the make reference to challenge but didn't say exactly what they were. So yes, that maths teacher, Miss Ebanks. um at Rosie's High there was also a science teacher. I cannot remember her name now. She There were times when she noticed that I was absent-minded in class. I was acting out. I remember I bleached my hair and I came to school. I bleached it with hydrogen peroxide at the time. I don't know if Johnny Anglin remembered when we did some experiment and bleached my hair. And remember that science teacher, she's like, Natalie, this is so not you. And she's like, what is going on? And she said she started noticing some difference with my behavior in school. And I remember sitting down and talking to her, and I told her about the fact that my mother was being physically abused and that I was worried about that, and that it made me worried the whole time during school. And but she tried to console me as much as possible. So I'm very grateful for that teacher. Um, in high school, when I left Proceed, started going to Bridgeport High. Some of them that I can remember. Mrs. Finnegan. She was strict, but Mrs. Finnegan always encouraged me. She had a way to just like, it's like she would see my look into my soul. I would say she'd just look at me and be like, "Oh, Miss Wong." She's like, "Miss Wong, cheer up, Miss Wong. God is going to take you through this." And I've never shared with her anything that I was going through, but she always had ways of encouraging me, telling me that God loves me, saying something biblical. Um, I can never forget that. There was also Mrs. Pottinger. I believe she was my form teacher, I think in 10th grade. I don't remember, guys. Sorry. But I'm sure most of us at Bridgeport love that teacher. And well, I remember the ones in our class. We all loved her very much. She was a strong woman, very outspoken, very liberal, and she also encouraged me to, just speak up and speak out. So I remember her and was very grateful that I had her as my form teacher. I can never forget Mr. Mackey, who his jokes, his jovial personality always breaks the ice. A lot of times I'm at school, I'm depressed, I'm telling you, depressed, sad, down, Mr. Mackey helps to cheer me up. We got Mr. Mackey, we're still friends, even now we're friends on Facebook. You're always encouraging and inspiring. Thank you. Um, I remember also my geography teacher, Miss Beckford is her name. She was also inspiring to me. She's always so calm and collective and just always encouraging me. None of these teachers knew what was happening with me, but they always find ways to, just encourage us. Um, I remember Mr. Burton, maths teacher. I remember sleeping in his class one time and I was rude to him and I had to go to detention. Little did Mr. Burton know that, I was having these issues, but for some reason, like these teachers, they were so understanding. Um, they could have made what I was going through even worse, but they didn't. It's like somehow, yes, they see you acting out, but it's like I don't know if they could tell that, listen, something is going on at home why she's behaving like this. Um, but no, none of them though didn't really say no. Let's really look into what's going on. I didn't know how then to verbalize and say, guys, I need help. This is what's happening. I remember when one teacher though, it was bad experience. It wasn't a teacher, it was a counselor at the school. When a guidance counselor actually went to him and made complaint, and he made the matters worse. And when I went to speak to him, he actually flirted with me, and I remember he touched my leg inappropriately. So I had to complain to. I did remember complaining to another teacher about him, and then I think months after that he wasn't at the school anymore. Other persons made complaint about him. That's the only bad experience I had with any teacher. So that's it for the teacher section, and just to close off this part, because I think we're going to be going into questions that would address the teenage years into adulthood after this. Now, as you'd watch in the previous videos, I was born in Kingston. Started my 4 years in Portmore, St. Catherine with my grandparents. My mother lived there. She moved to Negril, where I spent, I believe, 10 years in Negril, growing up in Negril, or no, 9 years in Negril. In the last year in Negril, my stepfather molested me, and my mom, she decided to leave, so we left Negril. Had to leave my beautiful high school that I was going to, and I was very stressed out at that time. Before we left Negril, I attempted suicide, and well, thank God I failed at it. I chugged down like all the medications I could find. I remember my mom had this drawer where she had like a lot of old medication, and I had medications there too. I took all of the old stuff, everything. I didn't know what they were. I just remember taking everything, whether it was for pain. I remember even my grandmother's nerve medication was in there, some medication that she left behind. I took everything. The only thing that happened was I got really sick. I remember throwing up. We ended up going to the doctor, and I lied about it till I remember, I think I told Dr. King that I ate something really bad, or I made up something, so they didn't know what it was, and I didn't speak about it. Well, trying to commit suicide until years after. After that, we left. We moved to Linstead. We started living in Linstead. Then my stepfather, he followed, and I don't know, my mother forgive him. He came back, situation got worse, and I remember leaving. I went to live with my uncle Carl and his wife Auntie Bev and my cousins. Then I came late one day from Champs. My mom decided that I'm going to come back to Linstead. I came back. Situation got even worse. It ended up that he tried to then rape me. By this time, I was 14 going on 15, I remember. And I had to leave. Between me making threats. Oh, and in between all of this, I didn't even say this yet. My mom reported or went to report the incident in Negril before. She didn't go through with them going to arrest him. I don't remember exactly what happened. I remember going to the police myself, and when I went there myself on one occasion, they said to me, I have to have an adult. I'm doing this video, guys, because I don't want some of what happened to me to happen to anyone else again. And just to encourage people that listen, you have to talk out, and if who you talk to is not giving you help, find a government institution. Don't just depend on your family, because the trauma that it comes with, it can ruin your life, or cause you to have a setback. So speak up and speak out. I'll speak more in the next video because I'm out of time now.